Hey guys, welcome to another video brought to you by Total Control Traders. I'm going to try to keep today's video a bit short. There's markets moving in the direction I'm expecting and not a whole lot to cover. Now it's more so to cover where are we expecting this pullback to go to. Anyways, before we get into it, thank you for all of your supports, especially those that managed to sneak in on the last trial offer before it ended yesterday. Now, for those of you that managed to sneak in, I urge you to at least take a look around. Not only because each email is only allowed one trial period, but mainly so that you don't waste this opportunity to get a sense of what the community has to offer. I mean, that's the reason why you signed up after all, right? If it's not for you, I completely understand, but the worst that you can do is by doing nothing, which same goes for trading. I know a lot of you are probably not full-time traders, and that is completely fine because I started trading while working 9 to 5 too. You've got to think of this as an investment both in yourself and in your future. If you're looking for that financial freedom, that pot of gold, you will have to invest in yourself. Same as if you were to invest in certificates for work, designations for your profession, or other knowledge. Now, this will qualify under other knowledge, of course. I'm sounding a little bit like those investment ads on YouTube, but hey, what we provide here are not just a textbook. Trading is a continuous learning, and our community here are to provide you with the guidance so that in the future you will be able to make the call. You'll be able to call the shots yourself. I focus on trying to teach you guys the skills necessary to make your trades versus telling you guys what to buy and sell. Okay. Also, one other thing, please, if you know of others that are trading that could benefit from the content that we provide in the channel, please pass on the word of TCT, Total Control Traders. Our purpose, the reason why I even started the channel, I started all of this, is to help those that seek help, whether if it's financial planning or trading. Okay, all right, let's get into it. Seems like I'm doing a lot more marketing side of things nowadays before on each video. Anyways, okay, SPX, first day of red, and I'm already seeing panic out there. Yes, today's video, if you haven't watched it, make sure you check it out. The first few minutes, all it takes is a few minutes. You know, I generally do a little recap in the videos first, or little, what are they called? Introduction or summarize kind of thing. So yesterday's video, what I basically said was I'll be personally choosing to skipping the potential last leg bull run. Target is remaining up at 4,000, just over that 4,000 40-20 mark, anywhere between 4,000 to 40-50 actually. So if we look at this, you know, there's the 40-50, so somewhere between there. But when I look at it, the risk to reward is not really there. Considering where we closed yesterday, we were only about 1% away from that target versus the downside. There is a whole lot more, 4% at the very minimum. Okay, so we started seeing that red today. A lot of times, market just doesn't do what you expect. You know, yesterday I only got my first bear play in. Today I got a little bit more in. The pullback was a lot faster and not only came a lot faster, but also acted a lot faster than expected. So we blasted right through this previous key resistance area, blasted right through the previous all-time high area as well, then blasted through this key resistance, blasted through the daily 8. What a crazy drop. And you know what? At the time, I was not by the computer. Was in most of the positions I wanted to be in already. So by the time I got back at around 1 o'clock, which is 3 p.m. trading time. I was like, whoa, okay. This drop came a lot faster than expected. So I took some profits off. When things happen a lot faster than you expect, try to take some profits off, because I would expect a bounce from here, at least on a shorter term, whether that's 30-minute, 15-minute, hourly kind of things. Let's see what the hourly looks like, actually. So we are a little bit extended from the hourly. We are bear flagging from here as well. It's crazy. I left the computer right about 11:50, 11:59. It was just chop all day. And then, boom, that happened, eh? So, NAS, ultimately, the other reason why I decided not to participate in the bull play or the buy in the dip or whatever you want to call it. This Twitter, there's a lot of people saying, "Ooh, buy the dip," but ultimately it was because we failed to break that GP again, even on the Powwow news. Powwow came in to save the day yesterday. Nothing happened. Well, can't really say nothing happened. It's one of the biggest bull volumes that we've seen in some time. If you look at this bull volume, the biggest bull volume ever since the bounce. Actually, it's bigger. Yeah, it's actually bigger than the bounce. It's even bigger than the previous ones. Wow. On NAS, it was the biggest bull volume for quite some time. So this was notable. However, we were still unable to break that GP. So that was very notable, and it was a red flag for me. Now we are seeing that pullback. Essentially, we are still looking for that inverse head and shoulders on the NASDAQ, watching for that daily higher low. We blasted through the 0.382, way past the daily 8 now. Want to see a reaction around that. Ideally, right around where we are at right now, actually. Ideally, for bull plays, because that does line up with previous supports. You can see triple support here, double rejection here, another triple support here. So that 12.7, 12.5, no? Why is this color different? Huh, okay, there we go. That 12.764.4 is right around that 0.5 fib retracement mark. So for bulls, that would be most ideal to hold. But what you must hold is the GP. We could see, a wick down below right around here. And today, going into tomorrow, will be the time that it's going to tell right here. So I'm looking for a potential wick down to this, which is, you can see previous, not a whole lot here. Would it go lower? There's one slight rejection and then triple support. Maybe not. Yeah, it's not that strong of a price point or zone, but it's right under that GP. So with that, you could say, how does this work? That actually works a lot better. You can see rejection here, then multiple supports before going up, and multiple supports again before going up, and then one more support here, and some rejections here. So this price works a lot better. I would imagine, somewhere around GP. GP is must hold. So these two prices are key. You're going to have to see some reaction there, or want to see some reaction. 12.764.4 and 12.676.2. All right. That's it for the market. Let's take a look at the US dollars. Still hovering around that upper part of the channel, eh? So we saw I wanted to, as a bear, what you wanted to see is a little bit more of a move from today to make that bullish engulfing candlestick, but we weren't able to get that. So now it's basically just chop. Bitcoin. Let's get into the hottest tickers. First one, of course, always Bitcoin. Saw some tweet today about retouching that 60K. Okay, I see that. So found a little bit of support on the daily 8, and now we are going back down again. Again, would be looking for that continuous bull flag on the weekly, monthly. Yeah, weekly is weekly, I would say it's actually likely to lose that weekly 8. Monthly, still looking amazing. This crazy bullish. That daily divergence, daily bear divergence. Let's see what the follow through looks like. The last time that we had the daily bear divergence didn't play out so much actually. It only dropped. Oh, I guess you can't say only when it's 26%, but dip got bought. So let's see what this daily bear divergence looks like. All right, next is Tesla. Noticeably weaker first thing in the market versus yesterday, noticeably stronger first thing in the market. Now, when you are trying to notice the strength of a certain ticker, especially important during that first few minutes of the market, what you want to be doing is, whether if you're looking at 5 minute or 15 minutes, either one works. Maybe even the 2 minutes. 2 minutes might give you a clearer picture if you're just starting to try out how to notice the strength and weakness versus market. But I personally look at the 15-minute. You get a sense that if a ticker is going sideways while the market is pulling back, that is obviously relative strength. Yesterday, we saw sideways action in that first 5 minutes, and then a little bit of a pullback while the market begun to pull back even further, but it didn't pull back all that much. So that was relative strength. So that's why this play was amazing. This play alone was like a month maker? Yeah. And then from there, it faded off. Versus today, there was relative weakness where when the market, let's take a look at the market, 5 minutes, 7, 18, so that's today. So the market was going up that first 2 candlesticks versus Tesla was going a little bit down, sideways action. So that was relative weakness first thing in Tesla. Was not the day to play bounce or bullish or anything. We lost that key zone again ever so slightly, and we are finding support from yesterday's support again. So this is interesting. Regardless, Tesla, I am bearish on it. There is, there's quite a bit of upside potential, but arguably, so there's 38% upside potential. Arguably, there is also 40-some% downside potential. So it's right now, it's about in the middle of nowhere, no man's land. Do not trade. You could look into trading. I was looking into potentially shorting Tesla or buying puts on it, but the IV on it, on those options, just not really worth it. It doesn't justify the risk to reward. So if you're looking at playing the downside of it, perhaps maybe just short it. It's personally, I would never recommend shorting Tesla. It's extending in front of a train. But hey, the ideal entry that I have is going to be right around this area, this 406 to 460. All right. Next is Apple. Ooh, don't have too much time. Let's try to blow through lots of tickers. Apple right on the trend line again. Lost it one single day. Daily bull divergence. Not a whole lot of follow through. Rejection from the 0.382. Ticker is weak. Apple is weak. From here, would be expecting further downside. Right now, we're gonna want to see a bounce for bulls. If you're bulls, you're gonna want to see a bounce from here. Confluence of previous rejection trend line and then support trend line. The confluence right now, gonna need to see a bounce. If not, what would expect for the downside? PLTR. I was just thinking whether if I went over the both bulls and bears thesis on the market. It's been a while since we discussed that. I'm pretty sure I did. Upside, not a whole lot. Yeah. Okay. All right. PLTR. ticker remains weak. So GP lines up with the trend line. Gonna need to see a bounce there in a day or two. Now reminder, tomorrow is quad witching day, or quad witching hour. So last hour of the market, well, quad witching on top of option expiry, the monthly option expiry. So the last hour of tomorrow, expect extra volatility. Maybe 5. Yeah. OPEX and quad witching. Okay, so extra volatility. PLTR still weak. Looking for a reaction around that GP. Next is PDD. Same thing. Right back to that trend line. Gonna need. Okay, this was pointing at yesterday. Gonna need to see a reaction right here. And there's part of the reason why I'm expecting the market to bounce a little bit. A lot of tickers are right back to where that major support is. Bull's gonna want to hold it, at least give it a bit of a bounce, because you know, if you look at a chart like this bounce from the trend line so far, we should see a little bit more, because we are still, you know, we want to touch that 88 before the next leg down. So yeah, let's see what happens tomorrow. Next is Wayfair. Wayfair is the only ticker that's a little bit stronger today, of noticeable strength. But I was afraid of this. You know, we broke over the wedge today. Market was weak, so was afraid that we're gonna see a breakout fake out, and that's exactly what we saw. Potentially, we're gonna need to see a little bit more price action to see if we reject from there and starts moving down a little bit, then it can be a breakout fake out. But right now, the volume is there to justify. So let's see that increasing volume tomorrow break us over it. Tomorrow will be key. Tomorrow, Monday, will be key on Wayfair. That's it for the hottest tickers, and we got a few requested tickers today. First one, let's go with BNGO. BNGO, and thank you. Give me 1 sec. I gotta check to make sure this is the requested tickers. Yeah. All right. And welcome, as well as thank you for letting me know what your position is on BNGO Pramod. So Pramod, and I do apologize if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. Pramod. So let's see what the expectation is from here. So BNGO had ran a crazy amount of 3,168%. Now, I actually don't think this name, I don't think you'll see a bounce back up to the high end. Bull flag confirmation. Big bear divergence on the daily, huge shutdown, bouncing from the GP, rejection from the key zone. Now a rejection from the key zone. So let's see if that lines up with 0.382. Yep. So ultimately, it's let's look at 4 hours a little bit clearer. So ultimately, it's a rejection from the key zone, which is also somewhat of a rejection right around that 0.382. We did break over a few times, but we couldn't actually break over it. You wanted to see a rejection from here, if not from the GP. So because we rejected from the 0.382, the chart is weak. Now this is looking a lot more like a ABCD pattern now, or potentially a head and shoulders pattern, a long-term head and shoulders pattern, with the neckline being right here. So where is my head and shoulders? Shoulders, head, right shoulder. Does that look right on the daily? I don't like it. Yeah. Because of this pop, doesn't make sense. But you're gonna want a hold, regardless. You're gonna want a hold of this trend line. So there is a lot more price downward action. If you look at the chart, you know, this is a beautiful, one of the easiest to read Elliot's wave. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that'd be 4, 5, and then now this is essentially one move because you look at the upside of the resistance line. So A, B. Now you could be looking at C filling this gap here. So this is gonna be key. Potential fill of this previous gap that never got filled. Right around that 347 to 391 mark. That would be the most ideal entry. Right now, don't rush back into bullish names that has, especially those names that has ran quite a bit, because there is big chance that there's a lot of room to give back. Okay, so next is Netflix. Have not looked at this ticker in a long time. All right, so we actually back tested this wedge again, the trend line, wedge trend line. Let's see, long-term wedge trend line resistance, gapped up, a huge gap up, and then I think this is earnings. Yeah, earnings, huge gap up. It's just been straight sell off from there. Hey, trend is still in bears. Know your trend before you pick up any positions. The trend right now for both BNGO as well as Netflix, the daily trend, they are both bearish. It's easier to make money if you're playing with the trend. Okay, it's a lot more forgiving. Even if you were to get in, let's go reverse of that. Let's say that you're playing bear. Even if you were to get in at the low right here, eventually you're still gonna make money because daily trend is in your favor. Okay, so understand that. Versus if you were to get in at the high over here, trying to play bull in the bearish trend, you're never gonna make that back. Not never. It's gonna take a lot longer. So from here, we did finally break down over that key zone that I had marked before. Still in play. A little bit more skewed now because of these two price actions, these two bounces, but the key zone is still in play. You watch from back here, resistance, not a whole lot here, some rejections, and then multiple rejections here, it became support. And we did see stall over there as well. Now we have a clear bear break on this ticker. Next we'll be looking at is again the trend line. So price action downwards. Next, KOSS. Did we break that 88? Ooh, okay. We closed right on the 88, hey. It's actually very close to my stop out price now. We must hold right here. 25.23. To me, must hold. Lines up with the 88. My stop is somewhere right below that. I moved it up early today. So we must hold this area. If we see further bear price action tomorrow, we'll be out of the trade. Don't like this. So far it's been okay. Ultimately, it's still a daily bull flag. But the way I'm looking at it now that the 88's caught up, we must hold. There could be a wick down under. I might get faked out, and I think I'll be okay with that. I want to see a hold of right there, 25.23. Next is NVAX. NVAX, a new ticker. Okay. Gap never got filled. Not fully. Yeah, so there's still some room on the gap left. However, ticker looks okay. It's not a strong rejection like most of the other names. Saw a stall on the 0.382, broke over. Seeing stall too. There is relative strength in this ticker versus when you look at the market. So there's potential that we can bounce up to GP from here. Let's see if there's a trend line here. Okay, so that works. We are over the trend line. I would say it's in the middle of the zone. No trade area. Watch for relative strength or weakness in the ticker. Right now I am seeing relative strength. Daily 8 is your guide. Next, NNDM. We're under the daily 8 on NNDM. Earnings was negative and then a huge pop over it because we did oversell. Held that GM or held that GP and the trend line. So key area, this is a beautiful spot to play bounce from. Now we are back under the 0.382. So a little bit more bearish, but not too clear right now because essentially it's a chop right now. We did not break yesterday's low. So chop area, would not trade the ticker. We're gonna need to see some clear action. This was the key to get in. Now, no trade area. All right, that's it for today. Gonna keep today short. Remember, don't forget to give a thumbs up. And if you're looking to build that pot of gold and enjoy the content that we provide, please consider subscribing to our channel where we provide new videos daily. Also, remember, the best compliment that you can give is by spreading the word about our channel. Check out our website and Twitter. Website at totalcontroltraders.com. Twitter at _TC_traders_. We offer a 7-day free trial. Oh, not anymore. That has ended. Hope you guys stay safe and be in control. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.